and we send our condolences to the fans, friends, and family of Hulk Hogan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. But today, it's a solemn day because we realize that not always everyone kicks out at the 2 count. And sometimes we go down for the 3. Today, we are going to pay homage, whatever way you want to pronounce it or denounce it, to one of the greatest, if not the greatest, wrestling spectacles / personalities of all time.
Basically, the man's credentials go far beyond the English language.
Yes.
We're talking about Terry Bollea, but you may know him as Hulk Hogan / Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who unfortunately passed away today at 71 years of age.
Correct.
And during the 80s and 90s, there was no star that was brighter than
Correct.
Hulk Hogan.
Correct.
The highest paid, the highest earning. I'm not sure what the pay-per-view buys were back then, but I'm pretty sure if you attached Hulk Hogan's name to it, it shot through the roof.
If you love wrestling today, it's because of Terry Bollea. It's because of Hulk Hogan. There is no wrestling as you know it today without Hulk Hogan. He dominated, but yet steamrolled and plowed the trail for everyone to follow today. There's going to be countless postings about people who were inspired by him.
Of course.
Now, I don't care what your political spectrum is. I don't care. I said this on my own post. We're not talking about Terry Bollea on this channel. We're talking about Hulk Hogan. We're talking about the majesty that was Hulkamania. And quite frankly, there was nothing like Hulkamania. Now, if I could be afforded a medical or a, metaphorical transcript or canvas, if you will, to tell you and afford a story, I said this before to my trusted cohorts, but I would say this to you all now. I will sit Indian style, or I will stick cross-legged style like CM Punk does, and I will tell you what Terry Bollea meant to me, Joey Business, as a human being. Terry Bollea, besides Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, was the first things I ever laid on with my hazel eyes as a wrestling fan. I did it in a very humble town called Rockland, Massachusetts. Most of you all would think it is Bedrock. You think it's Fred's Flintstones town. It's not. It is just as fictional. Oh, yabba dabba doo. And I grew up there. But one thing I was very afforded to was I walked across the street. There was a thing called pay-per-view, and my friend had pay-per-view at that time. And I will never forget what it made me feel to watch Hulk Hogan lift Andre the Giant up over his head and throw him down. Now I realize that this is coming off of Superman with Gene Hackman and Christopher Reeve, which I am a diehard fan of. But as I said in my post earlier, if Christopher Reeve made you believe a man could fly, Hulk Hogan made you believe a man could do anything. It was no longer a foam finger. It was reality. It's something that means a lot to me today, right now, as we are driving to yet another wrestling show called TNA in a very small state called Rhode Island. here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. We're not driving on this road. I am not seeing these white dashes if this man that I just talked about didn't exist. It doesn't happen. I don't care how great a promoter Vince McMahon was. I don't care how good Vern Gagne was. I don't care how great Vince Sr. was. None of this, as we know it, exists without Hulk Hogan. Just like I feel like the NFL in a heyday doesn't exist without John Madden. Everyone needs that more prolific, bigger, larger than life figure to bring them out of apathy and bring them to the promised land. You've got no Roman Reigns. You've got no 4.5 tribal year chief. Hell, you don't have Bruno Sammartino, even though he predated Hulk Hogan. You don't have that dichotomy and this iconic graphic world that we live in of professional wrestling and sports entertainment, which I hate that word so much. But we don't have that without Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan. Now, truth be told, my favorite two wrestlers of all time are very similar. And, well, you're going to get really shocked because they're not Terry Bollea. It's CM Punk and Macho Man Randy Savage. They're my two favorite wrestlers of all time.
Look in my eyes,
Right.
what do you see?
Cult of personality.
But I don't have
Good two
that.
choices, by the
I
way.
don't have that without Hulk Hogan. Now, I understand that there is a very big black mark. I understand that there is a very big shadow cast on some part of his legacy. That's very fine. I would also let you know that we are all men and we are all women and we all fail and we all err and we all make mistakes. And I make mistakes religiously, almost if it's my job. And I'm not asking anyone to mourn Terry Bollea today because his family's going to do that. His family is going to show you who Terry Bollea is. I'm just asking you to shine a light on Hulk Hogan.
And what I will say to that is that was excellent, by the way. And you had the pleasure, Joey Business, of meeting the Hulkster himself twice. And understand that if you're of a certain age, Hulk Hogan is and was our Michael Jordan.
Yes.
You know, like he's on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling for how great he put in on the mat. We won't get a chance to meet Prince.
No.
We won't get a chance to meet Michael Jackson. But meeting Hulk Hogan for what he means and what he represented for this business, and you did it twice, is a rare gem. That's essentially like gathering all the Dragon Balls more than once. So congratulations to you on that.
It's like asking Shenron to give you 2 wishes.
Precisely.
So,
So as we honor
as I'm composing myself,
Hulk Hogan today, one of the things that I've always loved, and it's a staple of my childhood, was his 1991 run against Sergeant Slaughter. Leading up before that match,
He was not a sergeant.
Sarge,
Your stripes.
I've been put in the Cobra Clutch, so I didn't say it.
that shit hurts.
Donnie Wonderful didn't say it.
I'll say it. That shit hurts.
But I remember seeing the Hulkster out of his red and yellow, or yellow and red, where he wrestled in camouflage attire against Sergeant Slaughter in the old Boston Garden. I was one of those kids that I took my vitamins today. I I say my prayers constantly.
Flintstone vitamins?
I started as a Flintstone kid, but
10 million.
I was only a Flintstone kid off of the reference of Hulk Hogan, who told you to take your vitamins. And then do you believe not believe, but you guys remember the last one he added, it was around the 92, the WrestleMania 8 years,
Yeah.
belief in Hulk Hogan.
Right.
And it was easy to do. It was very, 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 very easy to do. He was the champion's champ.
So we've never told this on air. We're going to tell this on air. This is a real life story. And I challenge Mark Calloway to fucking tell me that I'm lying. I was afforded the chance after many years of watching Hulk Hogan. Not many, but a few years. I put it in my post earlier today. Things are getting jumbled. The old Boston Garden, we were together at, I want to say 1990. I think that's when the time would align. But it was a house show. And they used to have house shows.
Yeah, we went to a very shitty one in Warwick.
My friend's mother was around during the steroid trials of Vince McMahon. So maybe it's 91, 92?
So we're looking 91, 92.
Okay, I don't know. So that's when I met him. And at that point, I was firmly an Undertaker fan. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. It's what I learned what kayfabe was before the dirt sheets existed. Hulk Hogan came into the elevator, which I said in my Facebook post today. And he goes, "What are you doing over there, my Hulkamaniacs? You want to drink your you want to eat your vitamins? You want to say your prayers? You want to blah, 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 blah." He was so in kayfabe. And I was in awe. Still am. And I thanked him for it last year, but he didn't remember. I mean, why would he? It's just so nondescriptive, boss. But what I remember about it is walking out, and a young man named Mark, dragging a wheelie bag, came behind us and said, "Hey, how are you?" But he clearly knew my friend's mom, which meant a lot, obviously. And he goes, "Hey, how are you?" And I looked at him, and I'm in like awe. And he goes, "My name's Mark. Did you kids enjoy the show?" I will never forget that as long as I live, because of what I'm doing right now with the people in the car is a reason for that. Because he gave me that inch, that peek to go behind the curtain, and I became obsessed behind the curtain. And who better to become obsessed behind the curtain with than The Undertaker?
Do you remember if he was wearing black?
Yes.
Of course he was.
I know what he was wearing. You want me to tell you exactly what he was wearing?
Was he wearing Burberry?
He was wearing a bandana. He was wearing a denim vest. He was wearing denim jeans. He was wearing black boots. And he was dragging a wheelie bag. And I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. I challenge him to tell me I'm wrong. And that's when I saw American Badass. When American Badass resurfaced, I was like, holy shit, that's what I just saw. Like 12 years ago. I don't care what people say about Hulk Hogan. I don't care what they say about him personally. I don't care that they say that he supported Donald Trump. I don't give a shit. That's Terry Bollea. And that's Terry Bollea on Terry Bollea's own time. But Hulk Hogan, we're not driving where we're driving to right now without Hulk Hogan. And if you think so, well, I got a bridge I can sell you, but I also got a lot of loose rivets. And it breaks my heart.
And this is literally just like this week has been terrible.
I lost Ozzy and Hulk Hogan.
So Malcolm Jamal Warner for anybody, Generation X and below, Gen X and below, everybody done lost America's older brother or big brother, Theo Huxtable, Ozzy Osbourne. That was Tuesday. Hulk Hogan Thursday. So if you're around and you have loved ones, you make sure you hug them.
This is like comparable to the time that we lost Princess Leia and half a Wham.
Yeah.
At the end of December.
In a week.
Oh
In
my
a
God,
week.
yeah. Listen, guys, honestly, I am trying to compose myself. I want to go to this show. I'm going to have a fun time. They better do a 10-bell salute to him.
Tony likely will.
No, Tony's a fucking snot. But these guys, this is TNA. Hulk Hogan was immortal. Do you remember Immortal?
Hey, Hulk Hogan's one of the old owners of TNA.
Yep.
You know what? I wonder if they flew Dixie in and they're gonna have everybody.
No,
come
AJ's there though. I heard.
Ooh,
AJ's there.
AJ.
I heard we might get Trick versus AJ.
Interesting.
Roblox, AJ?
I'm just, I
Do you want any closing words for the immortal Hulk Hogan?
yeah, I would like you to remember that at one time, no matter his shortcomings, he showed you, if you live in this country, what it was to be a real American.
Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. Donnie Wonderful, Joey Business, Rhode Island's own Stevie Oaks in the car, by the way.
What's up, guys?
Signing off. If you made it this far, thank you. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one.